The referee, Kim Nielsen from Denmark. So the stadium holds in the region of 42,000 people. It was practically filled for the visit of Bayern Munich the other day. So there's the CSKA Moscow lineup. And Fokin at number 5 is the captain. Minko there, number 7, will play wide right. And Faizulin, number 11, fair-haired player, who will certainly have to be watched. This is the furthest that CSKA Moscow have ever gone in European competition. CSKA standing for Central Sports Club Army. And there are the substitutes. And 1 or 2 useful players in there as well. Mashkari, number 14, carries a threat in the air. And there's the Rangers lineup, captained tonight by Ali McCoist. Of course, Richard Gough is still absent, and Ian Ferguson back in the side as well, having missed out against Marseille. So Rangers are much stronger tonight than they were for that game a fortnight ago. And Trevor Stephen there, who will be an important player for them. Well, tonight is Rangers' 157th European tie, the 63rd in the Champions Cup. And they've won 30, drawn 9, and lost 23. The Moscow side relatively inexperienced. They've played just 13 ties in total. And some of the youngsters who come on, of course, and played against Marseille on the bench for Rangers. So Kim Nielsen there from Denmark, a 32-year-old lawyer. He was a reserve official in Sweden last summer. He handled the Leeds Stuttgart game at Elland Road, the 4-1 match. He also handled Slovan Bratislava when they played Milan earlier on in this tournament. And he has a fair bit of experience, having handled matches in Turkey and Italy. So alongside me, of course, Gordon McQueen, and Gordon looking forward to the match.
Yeah, terrific atmosphere, big Ranger support here, and a few Russians here as well. It really is, it's a lovely stadium. There was a lot of heavy rain here, but the pitch is in marvellous condition.
So the referee just getting everything organised. Rangers fans have been just about everywhere in this town the last couple of days, and they've been in terrific humour as well. It's certainly a good noisy atmosphere, and very colourful indeed. The Russians with their various flags and banners, and I see someone down there in a green and white hoop shirt who's possibly taking a wrong turning. So it will be Ali McCoist and Mark Hateley to get this Champions League match underway for Rangers. Again, the referee just checking with his linesman. And of course, Ali McCoist can beat the Rangers' goal-scoring record in Europe tonight. He's on 12 along with Ralph Brand. That's a record that's stood for about 25, 26 years. And what a night it would be for Ali McCoist to achieve that. He's achieved just about everything else in 1992. So a final check of the watch from the referee. And this European Champions League match gets underway. And the long ball played there in the direction of Alexei Mikhailichenko. And certainly his presence should be a bit of a trump card for Rangers tonight, but they'll have to watch the fast breaking of this side. Sergeyev is through the middle in this opening minute. The ball comes off Gorum. It's still not properly cleared, and eventually it's David Robertson who races in. Well, what a dramatic start here in Bochum. And already the Russians showing the tremendous pace they have going forward. Well, it was David Robertson who came rushing into the rescue. Sergeyev coming through there. Andy Gorum did well to block him. Trevor Stephen was back there. It seemed the ball must end up in the back of the net. John Brown toppling to the ground, and then across came David Robertson to get it to safety.
Well, that was a real let-off, because it looked like a certain Russian goal there. I mean, great block initially by Andy Gorum, but a real let-off with some really slack marking there by Rangers.
Well, there was always going to be such a danger through the middle. In the absence of Richard Gough, Rangers will really have to settle themselves down. Well, certainly the early warning has been given. So Robertson, who made that clearance, putting the long one forward, looking for McCoist. It's hooked away there, though, by Kolotovkin. This is Mikhailichenko for Rangers. Durant. And it's cleared upfield by Bistrov. So the Rangers fans have gone rather quiet, and no wonder. Well, you've got to say that just about everything Rangers have been involved in terms of Europe this season have been early chances. Here comes Ali McCoist now, but a high boot indicates the referee. Mr. Nielsen, I'm told, speaks very good English. McCoist racing in there, and you can see the high boot. But mind you, the Russian defender was pretty high as well. That was Sergei Fokin. This is Bistrov switching the play to Kolotovkin. McCall made the challenge, the ball breaking free, but Trevor Stephen getting a touch. Ian Ferguson to McCoy's play on, says the referee. The long one now for Haitley to chase. And the ball goes out for the throw-in to CSKA Moscow. Well, Daniel Amakachi of FC Bruges, who played against this side a couple of weeks ago, says that the neutral venue will matter not to them. They play the same way all the time, just like a machine, and they never drop the pace. And they certainly adopt a safety first policy with players behind the ball, but they tend to suck the opposition in and then spring forward, as we witnessed in that opening minute. So Rangers will have to show a certain degree of patience as well. They defended extremely well at Elland Road against Leeds and did a bit of counter-attacking themselves. Will not want to do anything too positive in the opening spell. So the Moscow side content to knock it about, trying to draw Rangers out. This is Kolotovkin. It's cut out by McCall. Trevor Stephen sitting in there in a deep right position, the right back row almost. They'll be trying to get forward whenever possible. It's through now for Haitley. Good switch of play by Haitley to Mikhailichenko. Robertson's running in support. A lovely touch there from Mikhailichenko. This is David Robertson. And the ball goes behind for the corner kick to Rangers. So perhaps a chance now for David McPherson to do something. I see him moving forward along with John Brown. McCoy there right on the goal line. Malyukov keeping a close watch on him. So an early test for the goalkeeper. McPherson's up there, but that's well handled by Gutiev, who's taken over in goal from Karin. And a good throw out as well. Again, they come forward at speed. This is Karsakov trying to find Faizulin. So 5 minutes gone here in Bochum. It's CSKA Moscow 0, Rangers 0. Again, they're knocking it about well, but in steps Durant. Trevor Stephen. And McPherson's effort there cut out, but fortunately for Rangers it breaks to Brown. A switch of play now to Robertson. And the referee awarding the free kick. Well, there's the Russian manager, Gennady Kostylev.
Certainly CSKA's two forwards are prepared to work hard, Sergeyev and Faisal, and closing players down there. But we've got a free kick for David Robertson.
And it's Haitley going for it and doing enough to win the corner kick. Conceded there by Sergei Fokin. He was a member of the Soviet squad at Italia 90, but he didn't actually play. So it's Mikhailichenko who'll hit the in-swinger here with the left foot. He gets a second bite at it. Play to Ferguson. Good play there by Ferguson, winning another corner to Rangers. preceded by Dmitry Kazakov. So again, it's Mikhailichenko. This time, it's an awkward one for the goalkeeper to the far post. This is Durant, wearing the number 4 this evening. That's Brown. Durant again. Trevor Stevens in plenty of space here. He's got Mikhailichenko to his right. He decides to have the shot, and that seemed to take a deflection there. It's a corner kick. It come off Polatovkin.
Yeah, this is a little bit better from Rangers now. I mean, that's four corner kicks have won in the match already, and the goalkeeper didn't look too convincing when he tried to come out for that last one and missed it by miles.
So again, it's Alexei Mikhailichenko. Again, he's going for that far post. And again, the goalkeeper showing nerves. Well, I know that Archie Knox, the Rangers assistant manager, was out watching the Moscow side. So too was Billy Kirkwood, and both noted that this goalkeeper tends not to be too clever with the cross ball. He played in the second half of the match in Bruges, the 1-0 defeat after Karim had been injured, and you see him under pressure there from Haitley, not looking at all happy. Well, this is Trevor Stephen for Rangers. Ferguson. Cut out there though by Faisulin. That was well kept in play there by Bushmanov. Again, the Moscow side knocking it about quite freely. This is Minko. By Sulin. Cleared by Ferguson. Rangers bench there. Walter Smith hasn't quite appeared in that lineup. Here come the Russians again. It's blocked by Robertson. Mikhailichenko. Long one for Haitley to chase, but recovers there from Bistrov. Ali McCoy's battling well. That's brilliant play by McCoy. He's away from 2 defenders. Well, Haitley stumbled there just outside the penalty area, but terrific work by Ali McCoy. 32 goals he has to his credit this season. Rangers battling for it again. Persons breaking in the right. This is McCall. So 10 minutes gone, still no scoring here in Bochum.
Yeah, that wasn't one of Stuart McCall's better efforts there, but that was a lovely bit of play by Ali McCoyster, knocked the ball into the box for Mark Haitley. And it looked to me as if Malyukov just nudged Mark Haitley, sent him sprawling, but obviously the referee never spotted that.
Well, Stuart McCall certainly not afraid to have a pot at goal. As he scored in the Skull League Cup final. And he scored a couple against Sparta Prague last year. So he tends to be a big occasion scorer. If he keeps having a pot, one of them might just go in. But here comes Ali McCoy. The first time shot, and obviously Rangers will try to put as much pressure as possible on Alexander Gutiev in the CSKA goal. Well, Ali McCoy has 5 hat-tricks this season, including 4 in one game. He came against Falkirk. And his 2 European goals against Leeds, home and away. That's McPherson getting the touch, looking for the head of Haitley. McCall switches it to Trevor Stephen, who's getting a fair bit of space and using it well. Another high upward ball for the goalkeeper. He'll really have to settle down. He's 25 years of age. He certainly does have a bit of experience. This is Bistrov. Played off there by Minko. It's cut out by John Brown. Trevor Stephen. McCoist. And a bit of a breakdown in communications there between the two Rangers players. And the throw-in goes to CSKA Moscow. McPherson's clearance. Well, Fokin is doing well enough in the air against Haitley. But here's Mikhailichenko using the pace of Robertson. He's being chased all the way by Gushin. The ball cleared high. They're onto the stand roof, in fact. McCall providing the cross. The goalkeeper's missed it again. Touch from Haitley. It's Ferguson. It's gone in. Rangers have taken the lead. 13 minutes gone. Ian Ferguson for Rangers. Delight there from Archie Knox. The goalkeeper made an absolute hash of it again. Well, automatically Rangers take the lead.
Yeah, Stuart McCall knocks this one in, and the goalkeeper, who's at a very nervous starting up, Haitley challenges him. Bounces, knocks out Ian Ferguson. It looks as if it takes a bit of a deflection, a little bit of a break for Rangers, just spins over Gutiev's head and into the back of the net. It's certainly a terrific start for Rangers.
Well, Ferguson certainly hammered the ball there. It took the slight deflection. What a start for Rangers, what a start for Ian Ferguson. His third goal of the season, his first goal in the Champions League. Well, Ian Ferguson missed the Marseille game because of suspension, and he still has to be careful tonight with two bookings against his name. Another one would rule him out of the next match away to Bruges. CSKA Moscow have no fewer than 7 players on yellow cards. Well, Rangers couldn't ask for anything more. What a fright they got in the opening minute of this match. David Robertson clearing them practically off the line. And now Rangers get a break at the other end. And you really do need breaks in this tournament if you do anything at all. They certainly got one there, but they can really cash in now by keeping the pressure on this goalkeeper.
Yeah, it's been an awful start to the game, Gutierrez. He's just coming for balls, missing them by miles, and I think we'll see a lot of balls getting slung into the box. But Trevor Stephen down there with an injury, I mean, he's... I think a lot of people felt that Stuart McCall might fill that right back, right midfield role, but in actual fact Trevor Stephen's tucked in there, and Rangers basically playing with 3 at the back.
So just over 15 minutes gone. And what a night this could be for Rangers. 2 points tonight would be a marvellous achievement, bearing in mind this is an away game for them. Going into this match with 1 point from the opening game against Marseille. So Trevor Stephen back on his feet. And the match underway again. It's Ali McCoist. And of course, not having to worry too much about the away goal rule at this stage. Rangers really can afford to push forward now and try and cash in this situation. Here they come again. And McCall almost finding Ali McCoist, taking a little knock there in the process, but running it off. Good tackle there by Ian Ferguson. The Rangers really did miss his strength in the middle of the field against Marseille.
Actually, it's always difficult for the strikers in matches like this. McCoist and Haitley have been man-marked with Malyukov and Fokin, with Bistrov just sweeping in behind, but they've made a positive start, the front two, to this match. They look well and truly capable of causing plenty of problems for the CSKA defenders.
Now, Rangers, of course, still unbeaten in this tournament. Here comes Haitley again. The goalkeeper being forced right outside the area. from CSKA. Trying to find Faizulin. Rangers standing firm. They seem to have settled down at the back. Long ball now from Stephen, looking for Haitley. Breaks through to Durant. There's McCoist. And just failing to catch that one properly.
Yeah, he had to snatch at that one a little bit, Ali McCoist, because Bystroff was coming to close him down, and he really had no time to bring the ball down and control it. Ball gets lobbed over to the back post. Snapped at it a bit with his left foot. He'd really no other option.
Another feature of Gudiyev's play is that he doesn't like to take goal kicks, and the defender has to do it for him. But when you think about it, to lose Dmitry Karin just a few days before a game like this, there's a blow for this side, and they are going to lose more players in the days and weeks ahead. You really do wonder what they'll have left by the conclusion of this Champions League section. Robertson it was who got his head to the ball. That's good defending by McCall. The header there allowing Andy Gorham to pick up the ball. Quite a number of changes in the Moscow team as well, from the one which actually clinched the championship, the last Soviet championship, just over a year ago. Here they come now. It's Faizulin. Sergiev's in the middle. And another deflection. But in actual fact, the referee is not allowing it. Well, a real break for Rangers there.
Yeah, this one come off Sergiev and into the back of the net, but thankfully for Rangers, the linesman already had his flag up for an offside. Just deflected past Andy Gorham there. But the player that started that move, Faizulin, is a player that, as you mentioned, Jerry, Archie Knox and Billy Kirkwood had been over, watched this team and noticed that Gudiev was very poor in crosses, but they also noticed that Faizulin was a very, very dangerous player indeed, and a player that we're concerned about before this match tonight.
So that was Bushmanov's shot initially, which came off Sergiev. Kolotovkin just beaten to it by McPherson. This is Minko. Malyukov. Bystroff. Aimed at Sergiev. He gets a touch through looking for Faizulin, but again the offside flag has gone up on the far side. The referee allowing play to continue. He's allowing the game to flow. That's good refereeing. And Andy Gorham saying that's mine. So 20 minutes gone here in Bochum, and Rangers leading by 1-0 in Ferguson after 13 minutes. Gushin breaking forward. Bushmanov to Minko. Takes the return. Certainly packs a shot. Rangers closing him down though. Well, this is good play. And Karsakov's shot goes over the crossbar.
A nice little bit of control here by Karsakov. Picks this ball up. Just cuts it inside Davy McPherson. Unfortunately for Rangers, ballooned that one way over the crossbar. But nice little bit of skill.
Dmitry Karsakov, 20 years of age. He was a bit of an unknown at the start of the season, but he played as a substitute against Barcelona and scored the winning goal in that famous night for the Moscow side at the Nou Camp. This is Dmitry Bystroff. Malyukov. Kolotovkin playing it forward. Again, their masters are breaking out of defence. This is Gushin. The ball comes off Robertson. That's good control. And again, it was Karsakov. And he's obviously a player that Rangers will have to watch closely.
That was a great bit of control. The CSKA side like to push Gushin and Kolatovkin into forward positions and get crosses in, but it was a delightful bit of control here by Karsakov, but never really quite connected with the shot.
So Karsakov causing Rangers 1 or 2 problems. But still Rangers leading by 1-0. This is John Brown. He's looking for the head of Haitley. So we're now midway through the first half. This is Kolatovkin being pursued by Durant. Dyson there as well. He's got plenty of strength. Well, a little bit of a kick there by Ian Durant, and you really will have to watch that. The referee awarding the free kick and giving a word of warning, and Durant does have a yellow card against his name, so another booking tonight would put him out of the next match. There's a lovely little turn again by Karsakov. It's Haitley winning it, but it breaks away to Bismanov. Bistrov to Minko. Bismanov trying to play it forward. It's a second touch at it. Kolatovkin's on this left side, that's where it's played. Shut down there by Trevor Steven. McPherson has to provide the cover. In fact, the referee is giving the ball Rangers' way here. Awarding a free kick against Kolatovkin. This is Faizulin. Sergey's racing away in front of him. Good challenge there by Ferguson. Trevor Steven to Durant. Ferguson again. McCall. Mikhailichenko. Again, he's looking for the head of Haitley. Again, Haitley wins it. It just breaks away from McCoy still. Oh, mistake there by David Roberts. It's picked up by Sergeyev. Zulin's in the middle. Still Sergeyev, but too many Rangers defenders there. Now it's Mikhailichenko. A chance for Rangers to counter-attack. This is Durant. McCall. Trying to find McCoy there. CSKA have it again. This is Kolatovkin. Well, he certainly has the pace to bother Trevor Steven. It's good trouble for Rangers. Robertson gets a touch, still not properly cleared. Durant's in there though. Now it's Haitley. And he wins the free kick against Sergei Fokin. Again, Mark Haitley doing a power of work and prepared to take a knock or two as well.
That was a tremendous bit of pace Kolatovkin showed there, bursting down that left there. He left Trevor Steven in his way.
This is Bushmanov. Kolatovkin again. By Zulin. Very tricky player this. Loves to run at defenders. This is Karsakov. By Zulin's in there again. This is Minko trying to break through. That's Gushin. Partly cleared by Ferguson. CSKA pushing Rangers deeper into defence here. And they do keep up an unrelenting pace throughout the 90 minutes. Every time they get the ball, they tend to do something useful with it. But here's Ali McCoy, nice little flick there to Haitley. Durant's running in support. Trevor Stevens breaking forward as well. Mikhailichenko's there. This is Mikhailichenko. Lobs it through now, looking for Ali McCoy. And blocked by the goalkeeper, and Rangers win the corner kick.
Well, close to getting the second goal there, Rangers. Mikhailichenko just scoops this one up in the air. Over behind, finds Ali McCoy. Never made particularly good contact, but the goalkeeper handled that one. That would have been another goal for Rangers. He was due to do something right, the goalkeeper.
I think he is more of a shot stopper and reflex goalkeeper than really good at dealing with the high ball. It's a bit of a wasted corner kick from Mikhailichenko. Gets another chance here though to put it over. There's Durant getting his head to it. Mikhailichenko's there again. And that's good work by Haitley. That's Durant. Again, it's aimed at Haitley's head. And Fokine got the vital touch there. Plays it forward now to Bishmanov. So the half-time entertainment has started a bit early. Certainly the Rangers fans will be quite delighted if their team can go in ahead. They're leading by 1-0. Again, Haitley gets a touch, but there's no one in support. CSKA, of course, one of 5 Moscow clubs, and they've been pretty impressive this season. Torpedo knocking out Manchester United, and Spartak taking care of Liverpool. There's also Dynamo Kiev, of course, whom Rangers know from the past, and Lokomotiv. And if you speak to the likes of Mikhailichenko, he'll tell you that's the equivalent of something like 8 Old Firm matches in Moscow during the course of a year. Played in front of enormous crowds. Again, the Russians content to knock it about, and certainly that shot doesn't worry Andy Gorham. So just over half an hour gone, and there's the story of the night so far. Ian Ferguson after 13 minutes, the ball taking a bit of a deflection after a mistake by the goalkeeper, but they all count, and 2 points would put Rangers in a marvellous position tonight, giving them 3 from the opening 2 games. Marseille at home to Bruges tonight in the other Group A match. Here's Faizulin. The ball bobbling upwardly there. It's blocked by Robertson. The shot going in from Karsakov again. This is Ferguson for Rangers. To Mikhailichenko. Support comes from Robertson. And the challenge goes in from Alexei Gushin. This is Durant for Rangers, being watched by Minko. And Rangers get the throw. In fact, a free kick, says the referee. It's played in quickly, looking for McCoy. It was Bistrov who got his head to the ball. It's won back by McCall, but that's a free kick against the Rangers player, playing in just his 7th European tie tonight. course, both clubs know they're in £210,000 per point tonight. A lot of money. The Rangers players on £2,000 a point per man, but I'm quite sure at the moment money is the last thing on their minds. And it's Faisullin. Arsakov gets the touch there. This is Sergeyev. Kolatovkin is on the left. That's where it's played. It's certainly caused a few problems. Puts in the cross to the far side of the penalty area. It's well headed clear by Ian Ferguson. Now it's Mikhailichenko. Mikhailichenko losing out. Oh no, it's Vasily Minko. John Brown does well for Rangers. Well, a chance to do something here. A lot of the Russians cut upfield. This is Durant, through to Brown. Trevor Steven is running in support, so too is Durant. It's Durant again. Ball takes a deflection, Hitley's in there. It's Robertson's header. So the referee giving the free kick. And now it's with McCall. Yushin is going to beat him. And it's played in for Hitley. And it goes behind for the goal kick. Well, a complaint there from Sergei Fokin that Hitley was using an elbow, but I think the Russian player starting to feel the pressure a bit. He did handle Hitley well in the earlier exchanges, but he's certainly feeling the pace now. And Hitley, of course, put in such a power of work against Marseille. He gradually wore them down. We'll be hoping to repeat that tonight.
Yeah, he's certainly getting the better of Fokin now, and the front two have been very impressive for Rangers tonight. Hitley and McCoy's worked very hard, and every time they get the ball they're looking dangerous and as if they might create something.
This is Minko. Rather poor effort there from the 21-year-old. They are a very young side. Kolatovkin at the age of 27 is their oldest player. Faisullin, in fact, is just 19 years of age. So it's Trevor Steven. Hitley get a little touch there. Well, Hitley scored against each of the teams in this tournament so far. Against Lyngby, Leeds and Marseille. 3 European goals. This is McPherson. So aimed at McCoist. So just under 10 minutes of this first half left, and Rangers are leading by 1-0. Again, the referee allowing the play to flow. It's a good clearance by Gorham. This is David Robertson. Ferguson plays it through, looking for Hitley. This is Minko. Fokin. Ferguson chasing back there with Gushmanov. This is Gushmanov again, looking for Sergeyev. Oleg Sergeyev, who signed 2 years ago from Rotor Volgograd. Hitley fouled there by Fokin. So perhaps a chance for Rangers to apply some more pressure. Let's quickly take in the shot, one to McCall. Steven again. Gets away from Kolatovkin. Steven! Here's McCoist! And just inches away from Ali McCoy's great play that by Trevor Stephen.
Well, that was a terrific effort here by Trevor Stephen. Looks up, thunders in a left foot shot. Goalkeeper makes a good save, you think, initially, but palms it down straight to Ali McCoy's, and it just slithered past the post there. Very close indeed.
So just under 8 minutes of the first half left. Well, Rangers have certainly had their chances in this first half, but no doubt delighted to be a goal ahead. They've had one or two frights as well. A real carnival atmosphere here. And a fair size of crowd. I think a number more than had been expected. The stadium, which is fully roofed, the main stand and the opposite stand seated, and terracing behind either goal. It's a good, neat stadium. I remember talking to Muddy McLeod about it a while back, and he said from his time here that certainly the German players rate it as high as number 3 in the country. It always has a good atmosphere. This is Trevor Stephen. Plays it back there to McPherson. It's aimed at Haitley. Hawkins in there though. Ferguson playing it to McCall. This is Durant looking for Ferguson again. So a good long kick. It's met by Robertson. This is Sergeyev laying it off, looking for Korsakov. It's Bistrov to Bushmanov. Just under 6 minutes of the first half left. I'm sure Rangers would be quite happy to take this lead with them to the dressing room. And no doubt Walter Smith and Archie Knox can put a few words of wisdom their way. But overall, it's been a good performance by Rangers after that early shot, or early fright, when Robertson had to clear from practically the goal line. Here come the Russians again. It's cut out by Robertson. This is Durant. Robertson using his pace. McCoy's in the middle, so too is Haitley. It was cut out there though by Dmitry Bistrov.
Terrific through ball there, P. Durant for Davy Robertson. It's terrific when you've got something like that, that up down the flanks at such pace. Terrific pace, Davy Robertson.
So we're inside the final 5 minutes. Well, again, the goalkeeper looking highly nervous. He just does not like the high ball coming in at all. And there was no real pressure on him there at all. And he dropped it.
Well, he doesn't like taking goal kicks, he doesn't like crosses, doesn't seem to like making saves. He's a very poor goalkeeper indeed.
So Archie Knox, the assistant manager, Gary McSwiggan to his right. It's aimed at Faizulin. McPherson's in there ahead of him though. CSKA Moscow 0, Rangers 1. Just 4 minutes of the first half left. The ball goes out for the throw to Rangers. Well, CSKA beat Valor Reykjavik in the first round, 1-0 away and 4-2 at home. And then that famous win over Barcelona after a 1-1 draw in Moscow. And they won 3-2 at the Nou Camp Stadium, but lost the opening Champions League game 1-0 to Bruges. And defeat tonight would really leave them struggling. Ball sent high out of play by Bistrov. He's been with CSKA from the youth ranks. This is John Brown for Rangers. Looking for Mikhailichenko. This is Ferguson. Looking for McCoist. It's good defending by Malyukov, taking the pressure off the goalkeeper. This is Bistrov. And they got him there for a fine season he's had. So we're inside the final 2 minutes of this first half. This is John Brown to McCall. McPherson. This is Fokin to Minko. Kolotovkins to his left. And that ball was just out of play. It's a throw in to Rangers. Again, Ian Ferguson getting through a power of work.
Yes, had a super first half, Jerry. I mean, a goal to his credit, although admittedly it took a wicked deflection, but he's got through a power of work in the middle of the park and spread the ball about as well. It's been a good midfield performance in the first half. Ian Durant knocking some lovely passes in behind the Russian defenders.
So we're now inside the final 60 seconds of this first half. This is Bistrov, the CSKA sweeper. Switch of play to Kolotovkin. This is Faisulin. Well, almost giving it away. He's in there again, pursued by John Brown. And a free kick awarded against the Rangers defender. So just 19 years of age, field set. Faisulin joined the club in 1990. Made just 3 appearances last year, but been tipped to go right to the top. Hugo Bruges, the Bruges coach, says that he reckons Faisulin will become one of the great players in European football. So we're now into injury time. Rangers don't want to lose one here. It's put away by Trevor Stephen. This is Ferguson to Haitley. Mikhailichenko. Well put away from him there by Fokin. This is Robertson for Rangers to Mikhailichenko. Robertson again using that pace of his, driving it across goal. And again the keeper looking none too happy. And you can see the worry in his face there as he looks towards Malyukov. But there in fact goes the half-time whistle. So a fine first half for Rangers. Certainly they've been very strong in the middle of the park. McCoist and Haitley have worked extremely hard up front. A good overall performance. The half-time score here in Bochum, CSKA Moscow 0. Some a lot of hope for this second half when you think they'd only 2 shots on target in the match against Marseille. And forced just 2 corners that night. And said at the time they couldn't play as badly again. And certainly giving a very good account of themselves here this evening. So a big Rangers support in the Ruhr Stadion. So the second half gets underway. And just a quick check around shows no changes in either side. Rangers on the bench have Stephen Presley, Neil Murray, David Hagan and Gary McSwagan. Again, the young players on the substitutes bench. Ali Maxwell, the substitute goalkeeper. So this is Bistrov. The offside flag is up against Sergeev. So the free kick goes Rangers' way. What Rangers will really have to watch here is that this team will plug away no matter what. Of course, there were 2 goals down at the new camp in Barcelona, and to come back to win 3-2. That's the type of team they are. So Rangers can take absolutely nothing for granted, and I'm quite sure that would be the half-time message from Walter Smith and Archie Knox. So again, it's aimed at the head of Haitley. And again, Rangers will want to put as much pressure as possible on Gutiev in the CSKA goal. That's Trevor Stevens' ball, headed on by Haitley. It breaks to Durant. This is McCoist. In comes Mikhailichenko. And the goalkeeper does well there. Well, he's certainly a good shot stopper. He does have good reflexes.
It was a great little turn there by Ali McCoist to get in the shot in the first place. We've been knocking the goalkeeper the full first 45 minutes, but he makes a terrific save there. And brave goalkeeping to dive at the feet of Mikhailichenko.
And in fairness to the goalkeeper, he had an excellent second half against Club Brugge. But Rangers have spotted his weakness, and they're certainly attempting to play towards it. There's Ali McCoist taken out of the play, but he's straight back on his feet. And the Rangers have the free kick.
Yeah, certainly the game in the first half was played in a very sporting fashion. Just a little bit of a flick of the foot there, and he sent Ali McCoist sprawling.
So McCoist in the thick of the early action. Bit of jostling going on in the penalty area. And it's played out to Trevor Steven. McCoist gets the touch. Mikhailichenko's in there.
Yeah, I think Rangers will be trying to get the ball into wide areas, Trevor Steven and Mikhailichenko, and get crosses and put this goalkeeper under pressure, because as we've seen in the first half, he just doesn't handle them at all well.
Well, in the 2 previous big occasions, Rangers faced what we call now former Soviet sides. They beat Moscow Dynamo in the 1972 European Cup Winners' Cup final in Barcelona, and more recently in 1987 had a terrific win over Dynamo Kiev at Ibrox, which was one of Rangers' best performances on the European stage in many a year. So they do have the habit of beating these sides, but a long way to go yet in this particular match.
I don't think the Moscow side will change their pattern of play at all. They've been very patient build-up, knocking the ball around. Some lovely one-touch football they played in the first half, and I don't think they'll go chasing the game.
Archie Knox was making the point this morning that they are such a youthful side, they're almost too young to know fear, and they just battle on. So now they perhaps have a chance to do something. And free kick just about midway inside the Rangers half of the field. It's Bushmanov playing it forward to Faisulin. And Mikhailichenko deep in his own defence. It's Mikhailichenko again. It was Gushin stepping in. Bushmanov plays it forward to Faisulin. And Ian Ferguson concedes the free kick. Well, Ferguson sticking all the way there with his man, but conceding the foul. So that's 50 minutes gone, and the shot going well wide of target from Oleg Malyukov. Good steady performer in this side. And Andy Gorham has had 12 shutouts in 27 games this season. He's lost just 18 goals. He's not been in a losing side for 36 games. That stretches back 8 months. This is Kolatovkin, who caused Rangers 1 or 2 problems with his pace in the first half. That's Faisulin. Nice close skills again from Faisulin. Kolatovkin gets in the cross. It's cut out though by McPherson. Breaks off Durant. This is Minko. And Mikhailichenko again deep in his own half. Good first touch there from Haitley. Durant does well. Gushin is giving chase, still Durant, and he wins the free kick. The referee is unhappy about this. And a yellow card is shown to Alexei Gushin. So it's the first booking of the night. He hasn't had a yellow card in this tournament so far. But it puts him under pressure now for the rest of this match. It was good running by Durant. So Mikhailichenko hits the free kick. Haitley's in there. And it's Joaquin getting it clear. Again, you could see a bit of hesitancy in the CSKA defence. They don't look at all comfortable when the high ball is played in. And it's David Robertson. He's a bit of a long throw specialist. He aims this at the head of Haitley. In comes McCall. And the ball goes behind for the goal kick. Well, many of the CSKA team which won the championship last year have moved on. 3 of them went to the Spanish club Espanyol. Dmitry Kuznetsov, Dmitry Geliamin and Igor Korneyev. They've even had a change of manager. Sadarin, their coach, was lured away to look after the Russian international side. And now they have Gennady Kostylev. So that ball goes out of play for the throw-in to the Russian side. Still very much an army side. The chairman is an army general, and the manager holds the rank of major. So still Rangers leading by 1-0. This is Minko. Karsakov trying to get away from Brown, fails to do so. This is Ferguson. Well, that was a very close decision on Ali McCoist. He looked in line with the last defender, but the flag went up immediately.
Yeah, I think the linesman got that one right. If Ali McCoist had maybe just delayed his run a second or so, he was in oceans of space.
And the flag goes up the other end. And this time it's a free kick to Rangers. So Andy Gorham well out of his area. Won all of the Scottish honours in 1992. It's been a terrific year for him. This is Trevor Stephen. Getting in a good cross. And again, the keeper taking no chance. This is McCall to Mikhailichenko. Nice turn by Mikhailichenko. Switch of play by McCall to Durant. So just over 10 minutes of the second half gone. The Rangers leading by 1-0. Ian Ferguson after 13 minutes. Another high ball's aimed in at Haitley. Again, he gets the touch. It's cut out though by Bistroff. John Brown does well there. Nips in ahead of Faisulin. Now it's Durant. Played through for McCoist. It was always just too much for him. And shadowed all the way by Oleg Malyukov. Brown does well again. Trevor Stephen sends it there to Robertson. This is McCall. And the substitutes warming up just below us. This is Minko. Robertson does well. Durant, cut out by Bistroff. Played through to Sergeyev. This is Faisulin. And away by Mikhailichenko. Still not properly cleared though. Long one now from McPherson. Haitley does well. Gushin is chasing back. And he makes the tackle. Rangers have the throw-in. Alexei Gushin. Well, Rangers in no particular hurry to get on with things. Again, Robertson sends the high one, looking for Haitley. This is Kolatovkin. And the offside flag goes up against Sergeyev. And you can see the Rangers flags and banners in the background. And there are the offside statistics. That's not bad when you think how often Rangers were caught offside in the game against Marseille. But CSKA now about to make a change. That's Alexander Grishin, who's ready to come on. This is Bistroff. Haitley lays it off there. Ferguson forward to McCall. It's Haitley again. Good ball for Robertson. This is Mikhailichenko. Can he weave some magic here? It's Haitley! What a chance that was for Haitley. The early ball played in by Mikhailichenko.
It was a good build-up there by Rangers. Mikhailichenko just picks out Mark Haitley. Lovely little cross at the edge of the 18-yard box, but Mark Haitley just gets under that one a little bit.
So the change has been made. Grishin comes on for Minko. Well, Grishin played in the under-18 Soviet side, which won the UEFA tournament for that age group. There's Kolatovkin. And he loses out to Ferguson. Good running off the ball there by Durant. So just over an hour gone. And Rangers still leading by 1-0, but John Brown's under pressure here. Again, he reacts well. He's had a fine game, John Brown. That's McPherson. It's through to McCoist. Haitley, McCoist again. Ferguson playing it through for Mikhailichenko. The first touch letting him down there. And the throw-in goes to CSKA Moscow.
It was a very good bit of defending there by John Brown, because Ian Durant made a hash of things out wide on the right, tried the pass back. John Brown intercepted it, read it well, and tidied the mess up. He's looked rock solid at the heart of the Rangers defence tonight.
McCall does well there, and he wins the free kick for Rangers. Some good aggressive play by Stuart McCall. He's obviously enjoying himself. The throw in it is, in fact. Robertson sending in the cross. This is Kolatovkin, and he's happy to accept the throw. Now this is the substitute, Grishin. Led through there by Bushmanov. This is Durant. To McPherson, who won it initially. A slack ball there by Trevor Stephen, but Rangers get away with it. Well, it's not been a particularly good week for the Russian clubs in Europe, or the Belgian clubs for that matter, and of course Club Brugge also in this Group A. But it could turn out to be a very good week indeed for Rangers if they can hold on to this lead. And Davy Dodge there with Archie Knox. Ali Maxwell nearest to us. And Haitley wins the free kick. Paul Keane the offender. So it's David Robertson. It's touched down there by McPherson. Grishin's in there. So it is Mikhailichenko. This is Robertson. Rangers starting to assert themselves again. This is Robertson. It's a good cross. Mikhailichenko, Durant! And the corner kick is awarded. That was terrific play by Rangers. What a lovely touch by Mikhailichenko.
Yeah, great crossfield ball here from Davy Robertson. Lovely touch from Mikhailichenko. Sets up Durant.
Didn't quite get on the end of that one, Ian Durant, but great running again. This is Faisulin, who's been forced to come very deep indeed. Knocker out there by Ferguson. McCoist gets the touch to Haitley. Ferguson's through again, he's onside. Well, that's an incredible situation. The defender didn't know where he was. It was Malyukov. He collided with his own goalkeeper. Great play by Ferguson.
Yeah, it looked as if he was in an offside position originally, but the linesman never put his flag up. Caused all sorts of confusion in the box there, then brave goalkeeping to deny Ali McCoist a goal. But he certainly looked in an offside position when he broke forward. But a good cut back here and all sorts of confusion there. I think Ali McCoist's boot just catching Gutiev in the head there.
You've got to hand it to the goalkeeper there. He's not had the best of matches, but he wasn't lacking in courage. But what a mix-up involving himself and Oleg Malyukov, who is the most experienced player. So Gutiev has recovered. This is Robertson for Rangers. And Durant giving it away. Faisulin's in here, and John Brown found the goalkeeper. Ferguson wins it back. Now it's McCoist. Trevor Stephen, lovely touch again by Haitley to McCoist. And Haitley is in an offside position. Well, Mikhailichenko had broken in a bit of space on the left, but McCoist again tried to pick out Haitley, and he was just offside. So the free kick to CSKA Moscow. That's the story of the evening so far. But Rangers will feel they should have added to that score. They certainly had a few chances. The offside flag this time goes up against Faisulin. So the free kick to Rangers. It's quickly taken. This is McPherson looking for Haitley. This is McCoist to Mikhailichenko. Just too much in that one for him. But again, a lovely touch by Haitley. Meanwhile, CSKA are about to make their second change. Vasily Ivanov is the man waiting to come on. And off will go Alexei Gushin. So Gushin leaves the field. And on comes Ivanov. He's a former under-21 player. He's not the Ivanov who played for the CIF in Sweden. He was signed from Zenit Leningrad, which is now St. Petersburg, of course. So a free kick to CSKA. This is Bushmanov. Going for Faisulin. Picked up now by Ian Durant. He's supported by Trevor Stephen. Long one for Haitley. It's headed down though by Dmitry Bistrov. This is Ferguson to Mikhailichenko. Robertson's well forward on the left. Mikhailichenko, they're playing it through to Durant. He's quickly closed down. Haitley gets the touch to McCoist. McCoist surrounded though by Russian players. Now the counter-attack could be on here. They're pouring men out of defence. And the substitute is calling for it on the far side. Ivanov. It's cut out though by Robertson. Picked up now by Mikhailichenko. And he wins the free kick. And Mikhailichenko will be enjoying this occasion. He was such a celebrated player in what was the Soviet Union. Now, of course, he's eligible to play for the Ukraine, which has become an independent state. In fact, the Soviet League breaking up into 13 different leagues. Here come Rangers again. Oh, it's a magnificent effort by Robertson, and there was a bit of a bend on the ball.
Yeah, I think everybody was expecting a little cross to the back post there, but David Robertson just looks up. Ball bobbles a bit, but he still makes a great connection. Wasn't that far away, that one.
Well, he's still waiting for his first goal this season. He did score last season, but he didn't get too many of them. In fact, he had to wait 4 years as an Aberdeen player before he hit the back of the net. But, this is Ferguson to McCoist. Stephen. Well, a second goal from Rangers just now could really finish it all off. He gets in the cross. Haitley's going in there with the goalkeeper. Again, he has to punch it away. This is Kolotovkin. It's cut out by Mikhailichenko, but the offside flag had gone up just below us. And it's quickly taken. Meanwhile, Gutiev still struggling a bit, I think, from that earlier knock he took from Ali McCoist. Here's McCall, looking for Haitley. That was well cut out, though, by Fokin. So that's 70 minutes gone in this match. Rangers still leading by 1-0. This is Faisulin, though. He's supported by Kasakov. And cut out by Mikhailichenko. It's a long one for McCoist to chase. Rangers will need a second goal here to make sure. This team will carry a threat right to the final whistle. This is Bushmanov. This is Grishin. And the shot ably handled from Grishin by Andy Gorham. It's Haitley's touch. Switch of play from Grishin to Kolotovkin. They watch carefully by Trevor Stephen. He gets in a dangerous cross. It comes off the head of John Brown. Rangers under pressure here, and it's Ferguson who sweeps it clear. This is Haitley. It's a good first touch by Haitley. And Fokine slides in to concede the throw-in.
Actually, the front two for Rangers tonight, McCoist and Haitley, have worked really hard. Haitley in particular showed some lovely touches, chased absolutely everything, and gave Fokine a very uncomfortable evening.
Kostylev, the CSKA manager, looking rather impassive. The return of Ian Ferguson to midfield has made such a change to Rangers tonight from the match against Marseille. There he's in there again, winning it to Durant. Now it's Mikhailichenko. Ferguson again. But, the ball goes out for the throw-in to the Russian side. Switch of play by Bistrov. Bistrov again. Now, there's certainly no panic from this side. They'll continue to knock it about. They'll probe for openings. And then they'll use the tremendous pace up front. Rangers have matched them well so far. He's a man who spells danger every time, though. Faisulin, tricky player. Trevor Stephen does well there. The ball bricks to McPherson. Bistrov knocks it forward. Headed away by Robertson, picked up by McCall. Again, Durant finds a bit of space. Through for McCoist. Good running there by McCall on the far side. No one spotted him. This is Durant. Ferguson. Stephen. There's McCall now. Well, Rangers showing a certain patience as well, not diving in, keeping possession. This is Brown to Robertson. A bit of a wasted ball by Robertson, but he's performed well tonight. This is Bushmanov. Grishin knocks it forward. It's cleared though by McPherson. Haitley makes the challenge. Bistrov switches it to Kolotovkin. Cut out though by Ferguson. It's left by Durant to McCoist. So just under 15 minutes left, and Rangers leading by 1-0. This is McPherson breaking out of defence, finding Trevor Stephen. This is Haitley. McCoist, McCall, and it was nipped away at the last moment by Fokien, and McCall claiming the corner kick, but the referee, who was well up with the play, decides it's a goal kick.
Yeah, it looked as if that might have been a corner kick for Rangers there, but once again it was Mark Hateley with a good downward header at the back post. It's caused them all sorts of problems in the air tonight. And little Stuart McCall, as usual, battled away well in the middle of the park.
1 played through, headed away by Brown. Brown's in there again. What a game he's having. He finds Mikhailichenko. Hateley. That's a free kick against Fokien, and that is trouble for him. He already has 2 yellow cards against him in the tournament, and that now puts him out of the game against Marseille on March the 3rd, which will be played in Leverkusen.
Yeah, a little bit of a lunge from the defender there, maybe a little bit of frustration creeping into his game. I think the referee's probably booked him for persistent fouling, because he has warned him on several occasions.
Hateley receiving some treatment. 11 goals is notched so far this season, and how well he's played for Rangers in Europe. As I said earlier, scoring against Lyngby, Leeds and Marseille, and he has a terrific reputation throughout the continent, no doubt about that. So he's back on his feet, and Rangers have the free kick. It's John Brown to take it. Again, it's aimed at Hateley, and the defender will be under even more pressure now with that yellow card against him. And no doubt he'll be a bit crestfallen as well, knowing that he misses the next game. Ian Ferguson is in exactly the same boat. If you picked up 2 yellow cards, you automatically miss a game. If you get a 3rd one, you miss the next game. So UEFA really clamping down. This is Fokien. That's Robertson for Rangers, but the ball drifts out of play for the throw-in to CSKA. This is Bushmanov. Bistrov switching it to Kolatovkin. Kolatovkin again. And McPherson gets it clear, but a bit of a lunge by John Brown, and the free kick is awarded to the Russians. The Rangers playing a very patient game. This is Bushmanov to Grishin, the substitute. It's cut out again by Ferguson. Grishin gets it again though. This is Bushmanov. Again, good work by Ferguson, and it's nipped forward there by McCall to Mikhailichenko. Chance perhaps for Rangers to do something here. Mikhailichenko to Durant. Now it's Hateley. That's good awareness by Hateley. He finds Trevor Stephen. Rangers knocking the ball about with a lot of confidence, but Trevor Stephen just taking on 1 player too many there. This is Bistrov. Through for Sergeev. He controls that well. That's a good tackle by McPherson. And that's Kolatovkin. Fokien playing it through to Grishin, and Robertson steps in for Rangers, plays it to Durant. McCoy's ahead of him. McPherson's breaking out of the defence. It's pushed just too far in front of the striker. So just under 10 minutes left. Rangers leading by 1-0. Kolotovkin to Faisullin. The chance on here, the shot going in from Grishin.
Well, I think you've got to expect that the Moscow side will make a little bit of a push with only 10 minutes remaining, but to me they look a little bit jaded. I know there have been some complaints from the Russians that they're short of match practice, in fact haven't played since the last round against Bruges. They look just a little bit tired to me. Players that are making forward runs aren't really getting back into defensive positions.
Yeah, they've had to do a lot of their training indoors, Gordon, because of the weather in Moscow. That's obviously a big problem for them. Well, the Rangers fans getting right behind their team, cheering them over these final few minutes, just under 9 minutes left. Grishin. Karsakov plays it to Ivanov. Ivanov again. Hittley's back, but slips at the vital moment. Ivanov does well. Grishin got the touch there. The chance on here. Bushmanov's shot is blocked. This is Kolotovnik coming forward, and John Brown steps in. But the referee has awarded a free kick to Rangers.
Yeah, John Brown read that situation really well there, but thankfully for Rangers, just before that, Bushmanov had a great opportunity to at least get the ball on target, but hurried his shot a little bit. This is good defending here by John Brown.
A real lunge there by Kolotovkin. So the free kick to Rangers. Hittley gets the touch. Durant's through, the first time ball looking for McCoist. Laid off by Grishin. Just under 7 minutes left, plus injury time. The offside flag is up rather late. So the free kick to Rangers, who have shown a maturity of performance tonight. They defended brilliantly in the match at Ellen Road and successfully hit Leeds United on the break. And tonight, after that early fright, they settled down defensively and have given a very mature performance indeed. They've done their homework well, knowing that this is a team which indulges in the classic counter-attack, and we haven't seen too much of that. The marking has been good. So just under 6 minutes now, and it's Hittley losing out though to Fokin. This is Bistrov. Karsakov. Switch to Bushmanov. That's cut out there by Mikhailichenko. And he's conceded the free kick. Well, the break was almost on for Mikhailichenko. The free kick is quickly taken. It's with Ivanov. Forward now to Faisullin. And it was Robertson who got the touch. So just under 5 minutes left. This is Bushmanov. Well, everyone inside the Rangers half, apart from Gutiev. So still leading by that Ian Ferguson goal after 13 minutes. And this will be a terrific result for them if they can hold on to this scoreline. It is, after all, an away match.
Yeah, I think a win here tonight, Jerry, will certainly rule CSKA Moscow's hopes of qualifying completely out. But great result for Rangers if it stays the same. Keeps them well in touch with Marseille, who would expect we beat Bruges this evening. And it might just boil down to Rangers or Marseille.
And that's where away goals would count. If the teams were tied in terms of goal difference, away goals would come into it. Just between the two sides who are tied. But here come Rangers. Can they finish it off with some style here? It's Mikhailichenko trying to get forward. Still Mikhailichenko. And the ball is deflected behind for the corner.
Yeah, I don't think Ali McCoist is too happy there, because Mikhailichenko tried the shot and Ali McCoist was just hovering around about 8 yards out for goal with no defender near him.
So it's Mikhailichenko, who began the games against Lyngby and Marseille at Ibrox. And he was a substitute at Elland Road. It's played to McCall. Durant again. And the ball going behind for the goal kick with just under 3 minutes left. Mark Gately got the merest touch there. And again, the Rangers fans cheering on their team, whistling away. UEFA do have rather a complicated system to sort out the section winners. If everything was level on goal difference, say it was between Marseille and Rangers, the fact that Marseille are the #1 seeds in the tournament would sway it their way to go into the final. You would think that after 6 games, a playoff would be in order. But of course, there is so much football these days, so many fixtures. So Rangers just a few minutes away from a very good victory, 2 minutes in fact. This side, as I said earlier, will battle away to the final whistle. They do keep possession so well, and they've won themselves a free kick. Bushmanov fouled by McCall. So Bushmanov gets back to his feet as Rangers organise themselves defensively. And the shot from Grishin, charged down. Again, everyone inside the Rangers half except Gutiev. Headed away. That's a good header there from Robertson. With just under a minute left. Rangers in possession. It's played down the line for Haitley. Got it by Malyukov. This is Karsakov. Bushmanov. Again, everyone dropping back. This is Faisulin, he sends it wide. And the ball dropping behind for the goal kick. A disappointing effort there from Sergei Kolitovkin.
Yeah, they play some lovely stuff in the Moscow side, but really they just don't pose a big enough threat up front, and really haven't troubled John Brown or Dave McPherson in any big way this evening.
Ian Ferguson, Gordon, has certainly made a big difference. He's put in a power of work there in the midfield. Some great running also by Ian Durant.
Yeah, certainly the midfield's been a very impressive area for Rangers tonight. But for me, the outstanding Rangers player has been Mark Haitley. It's a terrific game.
He's had a very good tournament so far. So the referee checking his watch. We're well into injury time. It's Sergiev's onside here. A chance for the equaliser. John Brown's with him all the way. Great defending by John Brown. Well, the game started in dramatic fashion with Rangers under pressure. John Brown could so easily have slipped there, but he used all of his experience to rob Sergiev. Still play going on. We've played a minute of injury time, and there goes the final whistle. And a terrific victory for Rangers in the European Champions League. Handshakes all around, and Rangers go on to 3 points from 2 games. The fans are delighted, and John Brown, what a terrific tackle there in the final moment.